first date. I don't do that. I was like, I want to know who you is before anything. And as I'm talking, those shits in the table like,
movies went great. We decided to like go and get food, and we got food, and we sat in my car. We listened to music, we were talking, and
like 3 weeks. You know, she was on her own though. You know what I'm saying? I ain't feeling mad.
and like, okay, it got so bad. It was to the point.
Significant other's love language is important, so that way you know how that person receives and perceives.
And you're in a relationship, but we like sleeping together. We're in a situationship because we've already established. This is the situationship talk. It's Monday. It's your girl Candy K. Lynn, and I got my crew with me today. We're back. Hey guys.
Hey, how
What's
are you?
up? What's up?
I'm good. Antoinette, you look AM, you looking all festive and Thanksgiving and shit.
I'm still
love
eating
it.
Thanksgiving leftovers. I'm not the only person that probably still eating leftovers.
Okay. Listen, that's perfect because I had a question. I was like, is it too late to eat this pie? Should I be throwing it out? Like, how long do leftovers last?
Nope. Throw all that shit away. 3 days.
I rebaked
at a minimum.
Well, I just recooked some more dressing. So I cooked some more dressing. So mine technically aren't leftovers yet. It just got cooked again today. So I think I'm okay. That pie, I think after like 7 days, you gotta throw that stuff away.
7 days.
Pie is different than food. You keep cake in your house for 7 days. Don't play. You keep brownies in your house 7 days. You keep cookies in your house 7 days.
I don't have that type of stuff. I try to get rid of all of this. I tell people to take it, just take it all.
I mean, I tried, but I overcooked, and that's what I realized. Like, I'm an overcooker. There was like already 3 pies here, and then people brought a whole pie, so I have 3 pies left from the holidays. So I'm still eating pies.
Whole pies?
There's like a corner of apple pie left, and then there's like a whole pecan pie left because I don't really like pecan pie like that. And then there's half a sweet potato pie left. So I'm thinking about taking it to work tomorrow and letting the children have it.
Take the pecan pie. I love that.
You're gonna poison the children.
Now I'm not gonna take it. I'm not gonna take it. Y'all, we are back today. We hope everybody enjoyed their holiday break, or their holiday, because hopefully you got at least a day off during that time. But we are back this week, and we're talking about unconditional love. Unconditional love, through the fire with it. The topic came up because last page had sent us the video clip of Tami Roman from about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago now, about the clip. But I found it interesting as I went back and looked at the clip a little bit more. For those that aren't familiar, Tami Roman from Basketball Wives was on the Real talk show, and she was discussing how she is willing to let her husband have a baby with another woman at this time so that he can carry on his legacy, right? Everybody heard have a baby. They forgot to carry on his legacy part. So I wanted to know, what did you guys think about that? Because I felt like that was a testament to her love for her husband.
Yeah, I personally didn't see anything wrong with it because, like, he's young. He doesn't have any children.
Right.
She has children, I believe, already. Mm-hmm. Or she's at the point in her life where she doesn't want to have children. So, I mean.
So my question is, okay, will they be using her as a surrogate, or will he actually?
That's what I was saying.
Like intercourses with her and impregnate her that way.
That's what I was saying. That's what
she stated surrogate. She stated surrogate. Yeah. But even if it wasn't a surrogate, if he wants a baby, right?
No, surrogate.
But the surrogacy process is extensive. It can be a very long, drawn out, expensive process.
Yeah.
So it's crazy because for some years when I was dating, so a couple of years ago, every guy that I met didn't have children and wanted to have kids. So that was like It's not going to happen. So I wouldn't even want to be in a long-term relationship with someone if they never had children or wanted to have children, because that was something that I wasn't going to be able to do. I've actually had ended a relationship because of that. So I can kind of see where she was coming from, where she would want him to go ahead and have a child. So, because that would be a big burden if he never has kids and it was because of her. It's just kind of crazy. So,
I mean,
I
she
say
is
it's.
pretty old, so
I
I
mean,
say.
go ahead, AM.
I say this shit's stupid because I feel like if you want to have kids, you should be with someone that also wants to have kids.
oh,
I
sure.
mean, I understand having the whole surrogate is the best route that they can take, but
Hmm.
at the same time, if someone chooses to be with you, they choose all you come with. He knew she was old. He knew that she probably didn't want to have kids again. These are things that he knew going into the relationship that he decided he wanted to be in. So you make that decision. On her, that is a very selfless act to say we get a surrogate and you'll have a child with someone. Yes, that makes sense. But just screwing somebody to get a baby, no, that's not okay. But yeah,
Yeah.
a surrogate is the best route to take.
But with
But
their
at the same
situation, be mindful using a surrogate. They still have to have someone else's eggs. Tammy does not have eggs that can be utilized at this point. So she
I
so
get it.
talked about she's talked about her miscarriages. She's talked about
Mm-hmm.
how her
mm,
body has broken down because she did try IVF, like so many celebrities have, that people don't understand what you put your body through an IVF cycle. So I think as women, as we get older, maybe yes, he knew she was older, but he wants kids. He loves her. So as women, we a lot of times try to give that man what it is that he says that he wants, and being mature enough and adult enough to say, this isn't really about me. This is
Hmm.
about this man's legacy. So I respect her unselfishness
They
in
can
the
adopt.
whole matter.
They can adopt.
Adoption is not the same. It's not the same.
yeah,
And
because
and, and what
and
aspect?
I
In
hate
what
to say
aspect?
it, because like when it
Just
comes.
with blood?
Well, no,
Just
when it
because of
comes
blood?
to adoption, no, when it comes to adoption, sometimes, those kids that be born, they will take on the same traits as their parents, even though they never met them or been around them and stuff. Say their parents are like drug addicts or something like that. You can bring this kid up in a really nice home and everything, and show them everything was right and what's wrong, and they will still end up going down that same path they parents did because it's hereditary. So
That's
Hmm.
it's
not. I don't believe
yeah,
that's hereditary. I know
I
plenty of
Oh,
people that
believe
oh,
have crackhead
it's
parents
in
that
your
made it out.
DNA. You have a long line of families that's on crack, and it's just it. That's just how they are.
You,
and
I
I sit on the
gener.
fence with that. I would not adopt. That's something that my grandma told us like growing up. And I've seen it from both perspectives.
Mm,
I have friends that are really close to me that are adopted, right? And I know their struggle because a lot of that mental health comes from the fact of you don't even know where the hell you come from.
yeah,
Abandonment. You were abandoned to begin with. Then I've seen like I got situations where I know these people are these kids are certified sociopaths. Like now you're stuck dealing with a kid that you've loved and you've taken care of, and then that switch flips because you don't have enough
Hmm.
background information about some of these families and where these kids
Hmm.
come
Hmm.
from. And like last page said, you get all the mental
mm,
health issues, you get the drug abuse issues, and they ultimately want to know where they come from. So then you're
yes,
disappointed and sad because all of a sudden mama shows up when you've done all the raising and the kid is 18 or headed to the NBA, and then biological mom shows up
Out
and
of
now you got
nowhere.
internal, yeah, out of nowhere, or follows a kid, or like I've heard some crazy, crazy stuff. So I wouldn't adopt either. I would be more inclined to let that man have his baby to carry on his last name. Because once
I
the
don't
baby
think
get here,
any
he
of
gonna
that.
realize he don't even want no kids that bad.
Hmm.
I don't think any of that is
From
really
what I was hearing, it was
necessary.
her suggested. It wasn't even his. From what I was hearing, he was like, no.
Right, as he
Really?
should,
Okay.
because he's choosing to be with her. It doesn't make. I get what she's doing in regards to a legacy, but I personally feel that some things are not hereditary. Some people, you at some point, you make a choice. you choose to do what you want to do. People, you can adopt a kid and they can have a great life if they choose to. You can have a natural born kid that come out here killing millions of people because they chose to. So it's about that person's individual choice, which is sucks, but you have to realize that you're raising another person, a human being.
I
Doesn't matter
don't
if they
know.
came from
I
you or
mean,
not.
yeah,
That human being's gonna wake up and do what they want to do at the end of the day.
with that murdering part, I don't know now, because you got some kids, they start out, killing animals. That's how most,
Setting stuff on fire.
murderers. That's how most
They
killers
do.
become who they are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I don't, you can't really say it's a choice, because some kids just do it and they think it's fun, and ain't nobody
But
around
I'm
to
saying,
tell them what they doing is wrong. You know what I'm saying?
So with that, right? So we have a clear cut, like, different angles of where we stand with adoption.
mm,
So with the love aspect, Antoinette, AM, are you saying that your love is your love unconditional like that you would be unselfish when it comes to giving your partner something that they feel like they need to be complete?
no, I'm not. I'm not. I don't have unconditional love for my partner, and I feel like unconditional love can be between a parent and a child. That is the only realistic unconditional love. And the reason why I say that is that your child did not choose to be here. You chose to have your child. So that love is the only bond that is inevitably really unbreakable. That person came from you in every sense of the word. So your partners, you have to say, like, boundaries are conditions. People, like, it's their synonyms. If you're setting boundaries with your partner, you have conditions. So no, I don't have unconditional love with my partner. If one of my boundaries is you can't sleep with other people, if I just so happen not want to have kids and you want to have kids, oh well, that's my condition of loving me. That's my boundary. And I mean, yeah, that's why I say it's extremely selfless of her to say that, because he has made his choice. Like you said, it was her pushing it. He made his choice. We can't have a child together. We're not going to have kids. It is what it is.
Okay.
So no, I personally do not believe in a romantic sense of unconditional love. No.
Okay. So love is not unconditional. It comes with boundaries. Last page. What do you think? Where do you stand on unconditional love?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to piggyback off of AM. You know, love is really not unconditional. I'm not finna love nobody. Because they keep doing dumb shit. I'm not finna love nobody because they are mentally abusing me. Or I love the way they do that one thing when we in the bedroom. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna be with nobody because of that. You got to treat me right. Treat me right just as well as I'm treating you right. And she right when it come to having kids and stuff like that. Yeah, that's unconditionally. You should always have boundaries when you're in a relationship. Always. You don't want nobody stepping all over you. Oh, but I love them unconditionally. No, fuck that.
Yeah,
No,
there are plenty of people that love people unconditionally are now in the grave.
exactly. That other person was the death of that other person for
Of
loving
the,
them
of the was the death
unconditional.
of them. Was the death of them. Literally. Yeah.
Juanita, what do you think?
I'm gonna piggyback off them. I don't believe that you could have unconditional love in relationships because if you did, there wouldn't be so many people divorced and single. Yeah, because then that means you'll just love them through everything. And then even sometimes, even with having a child, sometimes them kids turn out to be like the devil himself.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be hard
Yeah.
to love them
Mm-hmm.
kids. I don't even know what
Yeah.
parents can have unconditional love for their children, even though they probably love them. I don't think it's I don't know. I don't know. There's some kids
I
that
mean,
I
I
guess
Have
you
your
can
watched
have
kids
I
ever
watched
unconditional.
pushed you there? Do you have there
I've
been
had a
things that your
not
kids
well. I don't
have?
love them, but I don't like them.
Okay.
Like I don't like this
well,
person like
yeah, yeah.
that.
That
I've
that makes sense.
I mean, I've had women that has blankly told me that they're tired of being a parent. You know what I'm saying? Like they just want to check out. Like I just want to pack my shit up and leave these kids in the house and they not find out where the hell I'm at, where I'm at.
Yeah. That's the whole point of fuck
That
them
may be
kids. That's
some
a
mental
real
health,
thing.
y'all. That may be some mental health, y'all. You can't just once you have them, You can't walk away. You're not supposed to detach and walk away from them, right?
Correct.
So when it
Well,
comes to
you need
unconditional
time for
love,
yourself.
well, see, but realistically, right? When we talk about loving people, are we giving ourselves, and that's why I want to have these conversations. Are we being honest with ourselves, right? 3 people have all said the same thing. And I'm the 4th person that I'm agreeing with you guys. My love comes with conditions. My love comes with strings, with strings. It is what it is. I'm not loving you and going to jail with you. I'm not loving you and you drag me, as my grandma would say, you gonna be a drag ass and I'm gonna let you drag me along with you in the process. I'm going to get out. That becomes common sense. So I think that her act, because of her age and what it is, I may be more understanding to a man wanting to have children as I get older, because the reality is, if I can't and I don't want to, then I'm saying, okay, I understand and respect your legacy. So I respect her on that portion of it. But for the most of us, I just don't believe that there is a way to love people unconditionally, as you guys said, and not wind up dead for some women or for some men as well.
Yeah. The only reason I said parents love is just like, you can not like your kids, but at some point you're gonna love your kid, even through like horrific acts. I mean, there are people that kids are in prison for horrible acts and still go visit them. Why? Because they're their child and they love them. And it's I don't know what that was. And it's like it's
True.
hard. It's probably extremely hard, and maybe the hardest.
Was he trying to say smoking?
Yeah,
I think he was saying smoking.
I think so.
Oh no, is it
Smoking?
Oh yeah.
Hi, little man, Chirac. Thank you for joining us. Are we smoking? I don't know. What are you asking? Are we smoking? What are we smoking?
Maybe the
Are we smoking hot? We're smoking hot. But
I'm not gonna play with you. Not smoking hot. Well, no, that's not true. Child protective services are for those parents that don't know how to love.
No, ma'am.
People
got
to realize some people don't know how to love properly. So it's impossible for you to have unconditional love if you don't even know what love is.
Well, this is my question though. Oh, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, man. The thing is, some people are just sick.
Yeah.
He said smock it again, but he definitely means smoke.
Smock it.
We're not gonna keep doing this. What were you going? We're not gonna keep doing this with you. So, this is your friend.
No.
Whose friend is this?
It's gotta be Chad, because he from Chirac.
I don't know who this is.
You from Chirac?
Chirac, right, from Chirac. Listen, so
nah, we ain't smoking, bro.
With love, right? We see so many things. We see it in so many different forms in a social media driven society. So we say that and we say we're not willing. What are your deal breakers? What are y'all's deal breakers?
A whole list.
You got a list? Give us 3 off that list.
One of my deal breakers is I wouldn't date anyone that smokes cigarettes. That's off the that's a deal breaker right there.
Right there.
Huh?
Top. He said it's top of the list.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. Or anyone on drugs or anything like that. I'm not going to. I probably wouldn't date a man who has a bunch of children that he doesn't take care of. That's a deal breaker. Like if you have like 5 baby mamas, that's 6 baby mamas, and that's a deal breaker for me. Because you're probably not taking care of the children, and you don't need to be over here with me because you need to be taking care of them damn kids. I would say 2, 3. Oh goodness. Somebody said ugly feet.
Ugly feet are definitely a deal breaker.
I guess I don't really look at people's feet.
I don't look at people's feet.
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't even know what. Let me see. Let me come back to me on the 3rd deal breaker. Let me see what it is.
Are y'all reading the comments?
Yeah, I see that. I wish Child
would
Protective
take
Service
my
would take my
grandbaby.
kid.
With this no.
Well,
damn, swag daddy.
Swag.
These names. We got Little Shy Rag. We got Swag Daddy.
Swag Sugar Daddy. Y'all miss a very important aspect of his name. It's Swag Sugar Daddy.
Swag.
Oh, I missed the Sugar Daddy
Oh,
part.
Swag
Sugar
Swag
Daddy.
Sugar Daddy.
Sugar Daddy. You gotta add Sugar Daddy. Hi, Mom. This is a good episode for you to be on.
That's
We
your
don't
mom?
like their actions
Oh,
or
yeah.
lifestyles.
Yeah.
Hi,
it's a clean one.
Mom.
Hi, Mom. Yeah, it's a clean one.
Yes, let's keep it
Yeah,
clean.
that's
Mom
true,
is
too.
watching.
Yeah, I think that's true too. Like your mom said, you can love your
Oh,
kids,
yeah.
but you may not always agree with bad teeth. You may not always
Yes.
agree with things they
Bad
do,
breath.
and you were like, what?
Bad
Like,
breath.
where you come from?
Right. Y'all keep
Yeah.
that list going in the comments. Keep those comments coming.
Bad
So
Keep the
breath.
list
Juanita,
going, 'cause Bad breath definitely a good one.
last page.
Oh,
What is
hygiene. That's good. I'm gonna go with hygiene. I'm gonna go with hygiene. You got to be clean,
Yes.
smell good.
That is a
Yeah.
must. That's a
okay?
must.
Last page. What are some of your deal breakers?
Hygiene is a deal breaker. Stank breath is a deal breaker. You not drinking water is a deal breaker. You know what I mean? Just your teeth, bad teeth, it's a deal breaker. You know what I'm saying? If you had nice teeth, and if I look back on your pictures and you had nice, decent teeth back in the day, then that means you did something to cause your teeth to be that way.
Okay.
Had
What
nothing to
was
do
Little
with that.
Chirac?
Oh no.
If
This
a girl
smocking.
ain't smocking,
If a
then
girl
I
ain't
think
that a
smocking,
deal
that's a
breaker.
deal breaker.
Smoking. Hey, look. Hey, you spell smoking. Smoking is SMOKING. Take the C out, bro.
take the C out.
That's
Yeah,
his
and the
lingo.
love.
That's
A
his lingo.
smock is one of them
That's an
jackets
actual
doctors
thing.
wear.
Yeah.
It's
A
a
smock is an
jacket.
actual thing.
Yeah,
It's not a lingo. It's already a
it's a
thing.
doctor jacket.
He can't make a word mean something else.
He
That's
said
already
high
something.
maintenance. Marcus
That's a
Green
good
said high
one.
maintenance is a deal breaker.
I ain't got a problem with high maintenance because I'm high maintenance.
Yeah, how many isn't bad. I'm gonna say I know you was gonna get to me next, Candy, because you take it too well. I'm gonna say my three. I hate liars. I'm not really
Oh
big
yeah.
on everything y'all kind of name is sick. Is well, I'm gonna say liars, people with kids, and being inconsistent.
Sure.
Like personal hygiene that can be fixed, teeth can be fixed, breath can be fixed. Those are fixable attributes. If you're a good person, your breath stank, we're gonna go to the dentist and we're gonna figure that shit out together. We're gonna fix this.
Sometimes
But
it
I had a friend who did that, to be honestly. She really liked this guy, but he had bad
you can
breath, and
fix
she was
that.
like,
You can fix
I'm gonna have
that.
to take
Those
him
are
to the
things you can
dentist because
fix.
he's a good dude.
Those are things you can fix. If person
She
is
did.
because sometimes
You can.
those are fixable. Like you stink, we can fix that. Those are things you can fix. Those are things you can fix. But they have
I'm
to have a
just
good
saying,
core.
as an
You
adult,
have a
I
good core.
shouldn't be having to point out none of that shit. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be helping you when it comes to your daily hygiene. I shouldn't.
That's true.
Yeah,
See,
but a
and it's
lot of
so
people
A
funny
feel
felon.
like
everybody
You
has.
said a felon is a deal breaker.
See, and so here's that thing. I'll piggyback off of that. My sister and I, we don't do men that don't like sports.
Women
That's
love felons.
Yeah, men who don't like sports is a no for me. A felony for fraud, it would really have to be what your felony was about. Probably not. But if you're a criminal, right, you steal money, you're going to send me to jail. I'd prefer not. Knowing that my man has a thing for other men, like men on the down low, not going to be able to rock with it because I can never satisfy you. That's what my mind says. Like I'm losing a battle.
that's
of
why is that always
satisfaction
a
for you.
thing that black women say. Black women always say that when they refer to bisexual black men.
But
Is that I'm always gonna
I
feel
feel the
men
same
say
way
that.
about men.
But gay
I feel
men say that when they lose the man to a woman. They say the
I feel-
same thing. I can't compete with that.
I mean, and that's the reality. I can't compete with that. And on top of that, I don't prostitute.
I don't
Like
know
that's my list.
how many gay dudes do you know? Because they don't be saying that. They still be probably fucking them on the low. I don't know too many gay dudes that be like, I can't compete with no woman. No, that's the only time I ever heard that is black women. But black women can never accept a bisexual man.
It's not
lot.
No,
about
I
accepting,
probably.
right?
A lot.
It's not about accepting because you didn't tell me.
No.
If I find out, that means you didn't tell me from the beginning because I wouldn't have dated you to begin with. And see, and that's the thing. It's
They
about
should,
honesty.
they should definitely tell you. Because the thing is, the crazy thing is, a lot of how do you? So I'm gonna ask a question. I don't. We're open. If you see, how do you all feel when you see a black man with the other race woman?
No way at all.
Sell out.
Okay, how you feel, Juanita?
Cause I don't deal
I
with
think
it.
it depends on what she looked like.
I don't even.
Okay, and
I'm sorry. I don't care. I don't care if she look good. I just. I don't.
okay.
No,
I
The
never
I
reason,
see.
think like I think I'll be like, okay, maybe I understand. But
okay,
if she's
the
like busted down, you looking like really.
the reason why I ask that is other races are more accepted to the honest truth about their person's sexuality than black women. If a black man tell a black woman he's bisexual, she's not gonna want to talk to him off the rip. But black women be so confused on why this black man with another race because she doesn't care. She accepted him for who he was, and they together. And you can't get past that one thing that you don't like,
Ugly and all. He
and
could be
you
black
upset.
and ugly, and all the women that told him he black and ugly, and he went on over to Becky, and she brought him in with open
That's how
arms.
you see it, but a lot of times it has nothing to do with that aspect. It's just that a lot of times I love us black women, but we hard on the black men sometimes. We can
But
be
you know why?
hard on the black
But I
men.
think it's about what we like, right? Go to the one, and I think
Yeah,
sometimes we look for acceptance where we've already been given honesty. So if I give you honesty, don't take
yeah.
it personal for me. Go on to the next, because that's just like with black men. Black men don't like fat women. Black men don't like. Marcus just said he doesn't like skinny women. We all have our preference, and with that
Mm.
preference, go to the people that accept you. So young
No, I
girl,
get that.
growing up in
Mm.
in suburban America, I experienced that young. Like when your ex-boyfriend is with a white woman, you just like, oh, she ugly. But then now as an adult, I'm like, she's still fat and ugly, and she got all them kids with him, and he big. They ugly together. They belong together. Like that's my mindset now because I understood that men are gonna go. Men who have good sense, they're going to go where they're fully appreciated, and you
Mm-hmm.
should. So
Yeah,
if that
yeah.
white woman is willing to
I
tell you,
appreciate
baby,
it.
you look good, when the rest of us are looking at you going,
Ugh.
you nice,
Yeah,
you dress
I think.
good.
I feel you.
But then, look, you got women like, oh, look at them, and I can't even get a text back.
I
That
can't
could have
even get
been a
a. I
nigga.
can't get a
That
man.
could have
I
been a
can't get a
nigga
text
texting
back.
you. That could have been a
Yeah,
nigga texting you.
And there goes the
no,
black man who says it best. More than likely, only Becky is gonna put up with his shenanigans. That's the other reason,
That
again,
too.
that
no, but you
sometimes
can't automatically assume that the black man is with the white woman just because
No,
of shenanigans.
no, no.
He could be a good black man
That too.
and still with Becky because
That
Becky
and a
too.
lot of
accepted
times they
him.
have mama issues. Black men who date white women, listen, I I dated some in high school, and they're the ones that are married to black women. They don't like themselves. They dark skin, they real black, and nobody told them, "Oh, you're handsome," because black people got colorism issues. From the age
Yeah.
group that I grew up in, I feel like they look at themselves and they look at their mom and they say, "I don't want an ugly baby. I'm gonna go get me a white woman."
I'm gonna get me a white
There's a
woman. I'm gonna get me a
variety of
Puerto
things.
Rican.
Yeah,
All of that, you know.
and black women, their black moms talk too much. Like if I've never heard black men say anything is black women talk too much. Y'all always want to fight about something. We keep things together. Like you can't lay down and be
You
weak.
can keep
So
together.
somebody has to have a back, some shoulder bones. And so then you get over here with her and she's running and dictating your life and it you think it sound good,
I'm I'm gonna
but
say this,
I
y'all
wouldn't
generation.
trade
I'm gonna
dealing with a
say
black woman
my
for the world.
generation is more. My generation dates outside their race because a lot of times outside their race accepts them for who they are more than inside their race. Back in the day, I think it was more of a colorism, more of I don't know how to love me, so I'm going to love the exact opposite or find the exact opposite of me to love. But I think now my generation, we're not gonna tolerate if you don't want to accept me. I'm not gonna keep trying with people that don't accept me. I'm gonna go find someone that accepts me. And a lot of times, not a lot. Sometimes it is outside. Now, me saying it, I only date in
exactly.
my race
Exactly.
personally. But at the same time, if I was honest with my race about something, and it's a collective. Most black straight women that I have talked to will flat out tell me I'm not talking to any black man that is bisexual, and then still will be upset when you see a black man with a white woman. She accepted him for who he was in some aspect, and you did it. So don't be mad, salty, or feel away because you single, and you ain't got nobody. Maybe if you accept the people for who they are, you'll be okay. But if you
But
don't want to, and you got your
is it wrong
But
for
why?
challenging people to be better? Is it wrong that we as a people, we're supposed to challenge each other to make each other better? Why am I
yeah.
gonna let you know? And that's my other question, right? Two part with that. Black men. I'm sorry. Johnny from South Dallas, Oak Cliff, Chicago, deep in the hood. You ain't never seen no white women. So how all of a sudden you so in love with white women when you meet a white woman or a Latino woman? Like you I mean, what is this? Is so to me it
You
becomes
you
personal. You've never
you
even
know,
seen any before.
this is what I think. I think when it the with the way black men feel, a lot of times it's the black woman's delivery. She may say stuff to her. Granted, it may be it 9 times out of 10 she's telling this motherfucker facts, but he's not liking what she's saying because she's being too blankly honest about it. I just think sometimes it's okay to want to see something better for that person, but sometimes with certain people, you have to, give it to them in increments. You know what I'm saying? You got to give it to them in, little bits and pieces sometimes. You know what I mean? You can't just like come up on like, damn, you doing this and you doing that and you do, you know what I'm saying? Blah blah
I
blah blah
think
blah. You know what I
little man
mean?
T Chirac is a bot.
I think so too. But if
Yeah,
the
at this
bot is
time he
gonna
got to
help
be
our
about this and
viewership,
saying
keep
smart.
bopping.
Gotta
Keep
be. But
Yeah, he
to
bopping.
piggyback off what you're saying, I think a lot of time with black men, their mom has some moms have been that person that have said things so harshly and that have hurt them so much when they get in a relationship and their woman is doing that, it hurts. And the point that I was making is everyone, we talk about boundaries, we talk about conditions. You have to live with your conditions. If your condition is that a particular man you don't want to be with, you can't be upset at the next woman that got a man and you ain't got one because you have those conditions that didn't allow you to have him. So why are you salty? That's what I mean by that. A lot of black women will say, I don't want to date this particular type of black man, but you're upset because other races will. And now you're upset because you don't have nobody. But that's your condition. Those are your conditions you're able to live with until you realize you ain't got nobody. So that's as for that. You have to also be able to live with your boundaries, your conditions that you set on how you love people and the type of love you accept, and not be upset with others. But touch back again with the delivery. Yes, sometimes maybe, but I think a lot of times it's triggers, it's past trauma, it's a lot of men don't have good relations with their black mom. So again, you are going to seek opposite of that. Men that have good relationships with their, he got to be a
Girl,
bot
I
too
don't
at
know
this
what's
point.
going on.
Both of them got to be bots because I don't know what the hell. I don't even know what the hell fuzzy fingers is. I don't want to know. Um, but yeah, it's like that's what I think it is. It's men that have a good relationship with their mom usually want that motherly figure. Men that don't, you're the exact opposite. But same thing go with women. You look for a father, sometimes you don't. It just depends on you in nature and nurture to that nature.
So
I
what
agree.
is like? Well, okay. So this is what I want to know. Like people with like mom and dad issues, because I don't have mom and dad issues, but I love older women. I got a thing for I always had a thing for dating older women. Lately, I've been dealing with women younger than me, or a few years younger than me, or around my age, and honestly, it feel kind of weird for me because they a part of just that hookup culture. But it's like older women, they come different with it. You know what I'm saying?
So you say you don't have mom issues, but you like people to kind of like tend to you though.
No, I ain't
You
going.
like people to
I'm
tend
not.
you because you like people to cook for you and show you
Yeah, I
attention
like,
and
but I'm the same way. You know what I'm saying? So
but
I
where did you learn that
reciprocate.
from? Where did you learn that from as your form of love?
Oh man, I learned that from an older woman when I was 18.
Okay. So
I
you
was
got involved with
18.
an older woman early
Well,
Like,
it
but
started at
did your
16,
parents,
really.
did your mom or grandma do any of those things for you growing up that made you feel
No,
like
Yeah.
that was
I
love?
mean,
No,
my
Chad was
mama.
victimized. Is what it's saying right
No,
now.
no, you know what? They say that.
Because
They
it's
say that. But I
because it's
was
the
all
truth.
for it. I knew what was
It
going
doesn't
on.
make you
You
can't give
it
consent as
doesn't
a
make it.
minor.
It doesn't.
You
Right. It
cannot give
doesn't
consent as a
matter.
minor.
It doesn't matter.
And I know men
You're
tend to believe that you cannot give consent in any state
you're a
as a minor
victim.
because you're a minor.
You're a victim. So you're a victim, and it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, men don't
Even
want
if
to
you were
admit that.
okay with it, even if you were okay with it. No, the thing is, men are always okay with being victims. That's why. That's why a lot of no, I'm saying that in that aspect, they're okay with it because they don't see it as being victimized. You don't see an older woman coming on to you as a
I mean,
problem until
we
it.
don't really see it like that because we want it too. You know what I mean?
Right, but
So
do you see where
we
we
don't
go with
see
Well,
it
the
like that.
inappropriateness?
but no, no,
You
no.
guys
But
tend
what
to
if your
be
daughter?
inappropriate. You
Right,
tend to
what if
be
your
inappropriate.
daughter wanted an older guy? You know, she's 16, he's 35. That's okay, right? Because she wanted it.
No, no, he's gonna get the beat
N-
down. That's what's
But
gonna happen.
Why? You
but
did it.
why was it
You
okay for
wanted
you?
it.
Well,
Why was it okay?
I mean,
And don't
at
say
the
because you're a boy, because it's not the same difference. Sex is
yeah,
sex. It doesn't matter who's doing what.
cause I'm a boy, and I didn't look
Girl,
16. You
these are
know,
like
I didn't look 16. You
trolls.
know what I'm saying? I had a full grown beard and everything. I did not look 16 at the time. I was lying about my age and
Yeah.
So you was
everything.
lying about your age.
Yeah, I'm around that line talking about I was 19 and 20 and shit.
See,
Well, girls do that too. But
and let me tell you what I do
in a
now as an
victim.
adult. And that's what I would tell any adult. Y'all know I check IDs, like, right? I check IDs. I started doing that at like 18. Because young dudes would hit on me. So I was like 18. And young people would be hitting on me. I'd be like, let me see your ID. If you don't got no ID, I can't fool with you. And even as an adult, I need to see your ID. That's also how I verify what your real name is. I need your government name. Because people are
I'm not giving
liars.
you my ID. People are scammers. I'm not giving you
You're
my
not
ID.
you're not gonna give me your ID. I'm gonna find your ID. I'm
You
gonna
better look
wait till
like this
you.
and give it
I'm
back, or
gonna
you better.
wait till you put your ID down when we go to the club. I'm gonna wait till you put your ID down in the house. I'm gonna see your ID in your wallet when you're not paying attention. I'm going to see your identification.
That's creepy.
Period.
You
An
are
invasion of privacy.
you are
That's an
something
invasion of
else.
privacy.
You are
No, that's an
something else.
invasion of knowledge. I need
You
to listen. I found out a
No,
dude
no,
that I
no.
was dating. He ain't had no driver's license. He had an ID. He ain't had
see,
no license.
I thought your
See,
name was Ray Ray Robert.
you've been driving and you ain't got no license. How you can't drive me. I
Oh,
need to drive myself. The police pull you over. I don't know if you got warrants because you ain't got no license. See
Brown
what I'm
well,
saying?
dirty,
if
no
he got
insurance.
warrants, he ain't got a license. He going to jail. You just leave. I mean, people worry about like that. That's fixable. You ain't do nothing wrong. You got a driver license. They gonna let you leave.
Yeah, that's Patty Candy. That's Patty.
Y'all just trust what people tell y'all.
I mean,
No,
no, I don't. But
no,
I can tell when a
no.
person is young. You know what I mean? The way that they talk, the stuff they talk about, that they're trying to thinking. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to know. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know,
How
but
do you
I can
find out if their
tell a
name
young
is really
chick.
what they told you their name was? How you find that out?
Oh, you can tell people give
At
you
this point,
nicknames.
Facebook telling you at this point.
Everybody don't got
You
Facebook.
if you save somebody's number, if you don't have Facebook, that's weird. If you don't have
This is
Facebook,
the
social
first.
media.
I
This
mean,
is
we've
the
all
first.
lied to people about our names, I think. I used to
This
do
is
it
I
all the
know a lot
time.
of people that
exactly.
don't have Facebook, but
This
they
is the
got
first
Instagram.
relationship
Y'all
that
have
I've been in.
lied about y'all names.
I used to lie about everything. If I don't
I used to
like
lie
you, I
about my
tell you
name.
I
whatever.
used to lie and say my name was sincere.
I stopped believing in Jesus when my son died.
Girl,
James
who are
started
these
believing.
What?
people?
These are
I always
boppers.
try and check their ID in
These are
case they're
bots.
deceitful. Listen, y'all, bots help our YouTube numbers. So let them
I'm.
bot.
It's the first. It's the I stop believing. It's that for me.
And it's
Like
Kevin Durant's
Yeah.
body head on somebody's weird body. But okay, so the best way to end the show, like we always do, is we need a story. I need a story about a time that you left a relationship because your conditions. It forced you to say, I can't deal with it. Last page, we're gonna start with you.
Well, I was dealing with a chick who was younger than me. She had a son. We ended up being together for like almost 2 years. Her son ended up calling me dad. I was taking on that role. I don't know if I told you I was, playing the stepdaddy role or whatever, and it backfired. Anyway, anytime we would get into it, she would constantly text like other dudes and like other women. You know what I'm saying? Or, like she would conversate with chicks, like I'm looking for friends and all of this old shit, and letting them know like when her schedule was, because she would work during the day and get off like in the middle of the day, like before I went to work. So anytime I'm at work, I don't know what she doing. I get off work and I'm coming home at almost 2 o'clock in the morning. So you can do anything in that time frame. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She was talking and chatting with her ex-boyfriend that was in jail. I'm a working man and you up here entertaining a low life. You know what I mean? I don't get it. Yeah, I didn't get it. Anyway, make a long story short, I gave her not one, not two, not three. I gave her 4 chances because I love this girl. Like I love you. You know what I'm saying? I loved her. You know what I mean? But I just wanted her to act right, like get it together. You know what I'm saying? And she didn't want to do that. So I'm like, man, I gotta move around. So when I finally decided to do that, you know what happens after that, right? They want to fuck your shit up. They want to damage your car. They want to try to kick your door down and all of that.
I mean,
You
they
know
want to
what I'm
go to
saying?
jail. I
Yeah.
call the police.
Yeah, but she never went to jail. You just don't know. I called the cops and everything. It took them 4 hours to come to my house. She done already did
Where
her
you
dirt,
living?
done drove off with my car. She done drove off with my car, and then she tried to stab me with a knife. She took a knife, slit her hand with the knife like it was in the holster, and
What did you say?
shoved me in my
What did you
face with a
say to the
bloody
police?
hand. Huh?
What did you say
Oh,
to the police? I
I
would say she
told
has a knife.
I told the police what happened. They saw her handprints on the doors, everything. She had a bloody handprints on my neck because she was trying to choke me. She was up there lying. She had the nerve to FaceTime her mom, right? And in the midst of arguing, she up
that's
here
called a
like
gutter
hitting me.
chick.
Yeah, she up here hitting me right behind the phone. I'm pushing her, trying to make her stop. She throwing her body around and on the phone, FaceTiming her mama like I'm really doing something to her.
That's a
Yeah,
whole nother show.
she
No,
was
I
she
would have
was
told.
like
I would have
that.
told her. I would have said she got a knife. I'm in the house trying to kill me. She got a knife. If it would took them 4 hours, I would have had our biggest lawsuit on my on everybody.
Man, say
Cause I would have had to be. I would have said some emotional distress. I would have pulled every call. Cause you're gonna give me my money. You know,
this
if it
woman
takes
done
4 hours,
held me
somebody got
against
a
my
knife.
will. She done pounced on top of me with a knife to my neck. Like
I'm
Shorty was
sorry, it's not
crazy.
funny.
She was
Yeah,
crazy.
real
Why
crazy.
you laughing? Why you, but it was
Because
okay.
I'm imagining. Because he's very detailed about it, so I can kind of visualize
Man,
it.
look,
She said, when he said
You said
pounce.
pounce on my
That
pounce on
got
my
you
neck
out
with a
here.
knife. You start laughing. You gonna say, "I'm sorry, that's not funny." Like
I mean, it's funny
Hey,
now, you know what I'm saying? But then it was like,
that's not
damn,
funny.
like this is
That's
like
not
some
funny.
fatal attraction type shit.
AM, give us your story.
I'm gonna have to Anita because I can't think after Chad, Lord. Because
I wasn't in a relationship, but it was one of those deal breaker things that I was going to say. So I had met this guy. We kind of talked and stuff on the phone, and so when I met him in person, I didn't know that he smoked cigarettes. So um, so when I met him in person, I kind of smelled like a cigarette smell, but I was like, no, maybe not. And then when he actually pulled out the cigarette and started smoking, I was like, I tried, like my friend's like, girl, it's not that bad. And it just didn't work for me because I had a horrible experience when I was like, I think like 16 or something. I remember kissing this boy and I didn't know he smoked cigarettes. And I didn't know what it felt like to kiss someone who smokes cigarettes. But when I kissed him, it was like the most disgusting thing. It was like it smelled like pack of Newports. And so that has ever
Yeah.
since then that has always been like a deal breaker. So I just kind of I couldn't do it. I tried. I mean, he was a cool guy and everything, but the cigarette smoking, I couldn't get over it.
So you
So
had
that
that
was my little deal
ashtray
breaker.
mouth.
No
Yeah,
cigarette smoke for you.
yeah,
Okay, AM. What you got?
I'm gonna say
deal breaker.
I was talking to someone and we're talking for like maybe a few weeks, maybe a month, maybe a little under, and then it just slipped up that she had
Dude, he is stroke.
something. Man, that's definitely a bot. um, oh, but she had like finally said that she had kids, and I was like, oh, I don't date people with kids. Like we wasted a whole month. That's something you tell people. That's something. How you hide kids for a whole
People
month?
do.
It
People
just
do.
slid out, and I was like, no, I don't date people with kids.
When it
And
be like
that was the
that,
end
I
of
be
it.
feeling like people be ashamed of their own kids. Cause why
They
it
know.
take
No,
you
they
They
that
know
know.
you.
long?
They know
They
you're
know
not
people don't
gonna
want to
deal
talk to
with
people with
them.
kids.
Why it take
They
you
know
that
you're not
long to
gonna deal
tell
with them
that person you got
because they
kids?
know. They know that's not their first. That's not their first rodeo. They know that you're
No,
going to not deal
no.
with them.
It be the ones with babies. I'm telling you, it be the ones with babies that don't tell you. Babies
Right.
is anything under a year. If you got
Mm-hmm.
something, you got a baby, if you got a baby, if they're a year or under, it be the ones that be having babies. I don't want to talk to you with a baby. No, maybe you had a kid, like an 8, 9 year old, but you got a baby.
Baby,
Your
yeah, that you go.
baby, your baby, 12 months. No, mm-mm.
And you're
The
going to teach the
baby,
baby how to
No.
pee in the toilet. You're going to be potty training the baby and the mama.
Mm-mm.
Not potty
Can't
training
do
the
it.
baby and the mama.
Can't do it.
Y'all
How
know
she
it's time
potty training the mama?
Well, some of these chicks, if she got an 11-year-old,
Your
a
sister
12-month-old,
mean.
she liked men yesterday, and today she likes something different. So, and
Yeah.
AM would have to, AM don't want to be training these helpers. She want to
I'm
come
not
into a
raising
correct.
nobody's baby.
Yeah,
hey,
I'm not
but
raising
to the
nobody's baby.
32-year-old Subway manager, you're
Jared,
still
that's definitely a bot. That's definitely a bot too. Jared
that's
definitely
a
Fogle,
about.
bot.
the
Oh,
Subway
okay.
guy.
That's
Okay. The
Jared from
32-year-old Subway
Subway.
guy. Okay.
Yeah, Jared from
Wonder where
Subway.
they
Yeah, it's
came from.
definitely
I
a
wonder how
bot.
So
they came on here.
it's
These
funny.
people.
It's funny that name pop. Anyway, I'm not gonna go into that whole story. My deal
Jared
breaker.
situation now.
My deal breaker is a liar, and
True.
most of my
Yeah.
relationships end because people are liars. I dated this guy. He was well. There were other issues too, but the lying is what got me right. So there were some other things that I could like live with possibly, but when you constantly lying, I'm over it.
Yeah, biggest deal breaker. I feel you.
Yeah. Yeah, my sister does do that. We do. I gotta check. Like you will know some of these girls have CPS history. Some of them don't have because there are women out here that don't have their kids. So do you tell
Why
people
would
that
you?
your kids are in CPS custody? When you mean do you think that those women would tell you
What?
that?
No.
What? Hey, but you know what? Here's a
Some
fun
people
fact.
will. They'll be like,
Here's
I don't have my kids. Some will.
But
Some are
here's
not
a known
ashamed of it.
fact though. They said that 40% of children in Dallas are living in poverty. So those 40%
Mm.
of children think how many trifling parents, 40% of trifling parents there are because those children they can't take care of themselves. So that says a lot.
Well, I'm not gonna call parents trifling tonight, but what I will say nicely is you may be on to something. So
Not trifling.
So y'all, hopefully you guys got some deal breakers from us, some dating tips. Like my sister's telling y'all, especially women, men, you should ask too. You could be having a baby with a woman who already has 5 kids that are in CPS custody. And oh, by the way, when she has your baby at the hospital, she's already flagged. So you could be walking
Yeah,
into a
she is.
situation where
So you
your
know your baby,
kid,
they gone.
exactly, your kid could never come home and she forgot to tell you that she's done this 5 times before. And she may actually have her ish together now.
I
But
mean, I be
these
watching
are
Steve
things,
Wilkos. That
yeah.
happens.
These
That
are
happens. The male talking
things.
about his
She could
1 month
tell
old
you
got
she
killed.
love. She could tell you she love you, and y'all have raw dog sex, and end up friend zoning you, later on down the
Well, I
line,
think you should
like
save
nothing
that for
ever
next
happened.
week. I think you should stay there for next week.
No,
Everybody should
dog.
catch up on Insecure because that sounds
Raw
like
dog.
that sounds like an Issa Nathan situation. If y'all have been watching Insecure, that sounds real Issa Nathan-ish. Those relationships that are not really relationships because nobody knows what the heck is going on. But y'all,
Abuse.
emotional abuse. We shall catch up with you guys next week on that. Hold that thought right there and take those notes for what we want. Y'all, this is your girl Candy K. Lynn.
Last page.
AM.
Juanita.
Until next week, y'all. Good night.
Good night, y'all. Peace.